This Live continues with your host, Amy Sparopoulos.
Summertime is a great time to be reminded of safety, not only for yourself, but for your kids, your home, and your identity. This morning, we told you about it a little while ago, former CIA operative and well-known spy girl, Emily Brandwin, shares what she learned and what we all need to know to protect the ones we love. Take a listen.
Well, the very best tip I learned, the best one, was to listen to your gut. I traveled all around the world as a CIA operative, as one does when you work for the CIA. And it was really to, in addition just to be aware of my surroundings, to really pay attention to my gut. Because so often I think we'll feel something and think like something doesn't quite feel right, but we don't say anything because we don't want to feel like we're being paranoid or overthinking something. But if your gut is telling you something, pay attention to it and then do something about it. To me, that was the best tip I ever had.
And when you say pay attention and do something about it, what do you mean? Tell us a little more, expand on that a little bit more.
Absolutely. If you're, for example, if you're walking down the street with your girlfriends and all of a sudden you see somebody and you think, you know what, they're making me feel uncomfortable, but oh, it would be really rude if I said something to somebody else that this guy's making me feel creepy, or if you turned around and said, hey, stop following me so close. Yeah. We don't do it because we're, by nature, polite people. Do it. Say something. Be a squeaky wheel. Don't be afraid to feel like you're being a little bit rude, because the only person that's going to take care of you the best is you. So say something and do something.
Absolutely. I tell that to my kids all the time. I mean, it's taken me many years to follow my gut as a mother and as a woman. But, and you're right. We are a polite society, so we don't want to make anybody mad. But you do want to put safety first.
Absolutely, because if you don't do it, nobody else will.
Absolutely.
My favorite, I was going to tell you though, my favorite tip now to tell people about is ADT on the go. It's one of the best apps out there. So ADT Go, what it'll do, it'll provide you and your family 24/7 live support, and it's real protection. And it does everything. It's SOS, emergency response, it's crash detection, and my favorite feature is that family location sharing. So many of us and our families, we're running a million different miles an hour. We're going to dance recitals and sports games and music lessons and just hanging out with friends, and to know that your family is okay, that peace of mind is everything. And you can download it on your iPhone or your Android. It's totally free, and you also don't have to be an ADT customer to use it. Anybody can use it, and anybody can use all that security just in the palm of your hand.
Absolutely. And I saw some kids, some teenagers, it looked like, using that, because it is so important, especially when our kids start getting into technology, to make sure we know where they are and they're protected.
Absolutely. And speaking of technology, I think you've probably heard about them. I've heard about them. Everybody gets a little nervous when you hear about all those data breaches, and they happen all the time, and you just kind of cross your fingers that maybe you won't be affected. But most of those data breaches happen because of weak default or stolen passwords. And the best way to protect all that information and all of your passwords is through Dashlane's Password Manager. I think the average person has over 100 passwords, and you can't possibly remember all of them. You don't have to, because Dashlane does all of that for you. They will make sure that you're never locked out from a site again, and they'll even alert you if they think that somebody has compromised one of your accounts, so you can take immediate action. You can shut down that account and make sure that all of that information is protected.
Very good. Well, I can't thank you enough for joining us, CIA spy girl. Next time I want to see you in a cape or something. I think that would be a great fit.
Amy, I want to tell you one more tip, because I think it's the best tip out there.
Absolutely.
And that's because it's the start of the hurricane season, and with weather, I just want everybody to download the AccuWeather app. It'll give you 24/7 access to real-time, super accurate weather information. It's AccuWeather, so it is truly the most trusted provider of weather forecasts, weather warnings, and all the weather information you need. It's another aspect of safety that I want everyone to pay attention to.
Oh, we would be remiss if we didn't get that in, Emily. Thank you so much. We have severe weather here, and we definitely want to stay abreast of it. Thank you for joining us again this morning. Safety tips, go to tipsontv.com.